Hey, thanks for checking out my video. This is going to be a video about the Affliction patch notes and Frostblades. Is the build dead? Is it still alive? How bad are the nerfs? Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Affliction patch notes. Frostblades changes, okay? Heat Shiver got destroyed, boys. They put it in the ground. No, it's not dead. It's not completely dead. I still think it's probably going to be the best helmet because you're still going to get 60% more damage from it, assuming you can freeze still reliably. But it went from 130% damage down to 60% damage as extra. And this is about 28% less damage for probably most builds, assuming you can maintain Trinity, which that's might not be the case anymore. We have to kind of still need to do some POBing to see if Trinity is still going to be the best choice and how we're going to be able to proc it without the fire damage from Heat Shiver being enough to proc it just from Heat Shiver. But 28%, if you look on this POB here, this is Spraz's POB, so he's a guy in the community that completely juiced out his Frostblades build last league. He had 470 million DPS, and if you look here, if you change the Heat Shiver to what it's going to be in the new league, which is going to be 30% instead of 100%, you can see that's 28% less damage. And now that's with Trinity up still, okay? So if you take off Trinity or you change around Trinity, make some changes in order to proc Trinity, that could go down a little more, maybe 30, 35% less damage, somewhere around there maybe. But because Frostblades is so scalable, you can going from 500 million DPS down to 300 million DPS, are you really going to notice a difference? I mean, who knows? It's up to you whether those nerfs are bad enough for you to not play the build. The rest of the build is unchanged. They didn't change anything really about Frostblades. Nightblade, Elusive, Crit Multi didn't get changed. And the passive tree isn't really getting changed as far as we know that much or at all. And the rest of the build is going to be fine. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. We're going to tweak the build, test stuff in POB. We're going to see what's ideal. We'll see how to proc Trinity, or if even using Trinity is still the best option. The day one league start without Heat Shiver is going to be exactly the same as it was before, and it was fine. You know, for me, I think Frostblades is a very strong league starter. You can blast your way into T16 maps without Heat Shiver, without Yoke. With a piece of shit claw, and you can do your Atlas progression no problem. So only the end game damage scaling is going to be pushed back a little bit. Maybe we still need to see the transfigured gems. We don't know what those are going to be yet. The Frostblades ones, some possibilities we might get: some cold conversion, additional strike, pierce, strike range, maybe more additional projectiles. Unfortunately, those are all they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to make up the loss from the Heat Shiver nerf, and there's pretty much no way. So we will get some power back, hopefully, from one of the transfigured versions, but it's not going to bridge that gap completely. We will get some other power from the Affliction ascendancies. We don't know yet which ones are going to be the strongest, whether it's going to be the socket one or it's going to be the new flask one, tinctures I think they're called. We don't really know enough yet to say, so stay tuned about that. So is the build dead? No, I don't think so. I think it's highly scalable still with investment. It's still strong early, like I said, even without those core items. Yeah, I think it's still going to be a great build. I think it's going to be fun to play. I think Affliction League is going to be super fun. Ultimatum's back. It's going to be strong for Ultimatum because it's so fast. It's going to be strong for Affliction going into the Wildwood and zipping around, getting all the wisps, and then coming back out and into your map. It's going to be great. But we still got to do some POBing. We're going to do that on stream probably tonight and maybe tomorrow night too. So my plans for the league: I'm going to go trade league like I pretty much always do. Last league, I got bored pretty quick, but this league, there's going to be a map mechanic. Finally, I got all three of my wishes, guys. I got all three of my wishes. We got Ultimatum back, we got an in-map combat mechanic, and we got a pretty significant meta shakeup, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be a great league. I'm going to go trade league. I might min-max the build this time. some guys in the community that hang out in my stream a lot, they completely juiced out their builds more than I ever have, and I think it might be fun to kind of do a little competition maybe with some of these guys who come to the stream. Come show me how strong your build is, and we'll see who can juice the build out the most. Maybe I'll do that this league. But anyway, that's about it for this one. The build is fine, guys. The build is fine, okay? Relax, all right? It's going to be fine. So come check out the stream here on YouTube. We're going to POB it. We're going to figure it all out. And I'll put out a league start guide sometime soon in the next maybe 3-4 days or so. And subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.